Hey everybody, it's Doug again. We've done cooking class here at program numerous times over the years. I even did a cooking class video, but what we never really went over is the proper tools to use when you're at home or even here at program. Proper pots and pans, oil selections, how to use a knife, different cutting boards and what their purposes are. It's just going to be a brief video to highlight those things to maybe help you improve in your home cooking. The things that I learned in culinary school when I was in my early 20s, I did go to culinary school, although I didn't make a career out of it, just because I was young and the hours are very demanding. It is a very demanding profession. And I wasn't ready to be tied down to a career yet, but I did learn a lot. And what I did learn, I'd like to transfer some of that to you. Thanks. Pay attention and watch the video. My first skillet of choice is cast iron because if it's seasoned right, which mine is, you can see it's shiny, it's naturally non-stick and you won't have to use as much oil, if not any oil. And how you season it is you rub it down with your favorite oil. I use avocado oil, which I'll show you in a little bit, but you rub a little bit on there and then you put it in the oven. I put mine at 375 for maybe like 20 minutes, and then you turn the oven off and you let it cool naturally, and then whatever's left over, there might be some sticky residue, you just wipe it off with a dry paper towel. Benefit of this is it adds more iron into your food, which is good for your blood, and it's good for camping, it's good for anything, and they last forever. I have one at home that was my grandmother's, and she passed away in 1997 at the age of 84. So she had that for years and years and years. I still have it. I don't use it for sentimental reasons, but it's still perfectly good to use. There's nothing wrong with it. I could if I wanted to. If you don't like cast iron, a good non-stick will work. They require a little bit of oil for flavor. You can see this one's been used a lot. I probably need to replace it. I got some nicks and some scratches, but it works great. It's a great healthy version, and you don't use as much oil in that. There's really no need to because it's non-stick. It's perfect for a good sunny side up egg. And this is the oil I was telling you about, avocado oil. It basically, the smoke point is 500 degrees. Which basically means that your food's not going to burn unless it's over 500 degrees in temperature. So if you're a newer cook, you're just starting out, you're less likely to burn your food using this because the smoke point's so high that unless you have that fire going too high, you'll be just fine. So avocado oil, it's good for your heart. It's good light flavor. And it just works really, really well. And then next, we'll be talking about cutting boards. Acrylic cutting boards are basically just for cutting raw poultry and fish and even beef. You don't want to cut raw food on the wood because it soaks in the wood and becomes contaminated, although it is perfectly safe to cut those meats once they're cooked on here, and you just wipe it off with warm soap and water. And it's always important to have a really, really sharp knife. Believe it or not, a sharp knife is safer than a dull knife. This is my personal knife. I bought it recently. They last forever. You just wash it with soap and water and let it dry with a towel. Don't put it in the dishwasher. They can get rusty and they can even lose their edge. So yeah, a good knife is very important. If you have a dull knife, what could possibly happen is when you're cutting, it could slip off and you could cut your hand, or even worse. Trust me, I've had a dull knife, and a sharper one is a lot more safer, even though it could be intimidating. But you just have to practice with your knife skills. And also what I want to show you is the proper way to hold a knife, the proper way to use a knife to chop, the proper way to let the knife guide by itself. Just basic safety and skills that will help you as you develop in your cooking and you do cooking class at home, or you're with your family or with your staff, and they can help you by watching this video and using the techniques that I was taught many years ago. And when chopping vegetables or anything else for that matter, it's very important to hold the knife correctly. You want to hold it at the base, however comfortable your grip is, but it needs to be steady. And also you can't be putting your finger up here or anything like that. You want to grab it at a comfortable grip up at the top, and you just want to tuck your fingers in, and you want to just let the knife rock. You want to just let the knife do the work. If this is more you chopping, that's fine, but to get precision cuts, you can go as thin as you want or as thick as you want. But it's always important to use safety and take your time. I can go faster because I've been doing it a while, but you don't want to do that unless you have practice. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope these little tips helped you out as you're learning to cook at home, and even when you come back to program and we do cooking class, you can, have some a video on, how to properly do stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the kitchen soon. Bye.